welcome to our Release Boatworks podcast. What are we calling this again?
I mean, after a lot of back and forth debate, I think we settled on beyond the bulkhead.
Behind?
No, not
beyond.
It was in the bilge.
What was it? Below the bilge, in the bilge, behind the bulkhead?
Scott wants to be in the bilge.
I know.
Yeah.
Right?
He can't get out of the
True
bilge.
mechanic mindset, man. But we landed on
Beyond
the
bulkhead.
Oh, see what I did there? I gave you a little
Told ya.
compromise. All right, so it's beyond the bulkhead.
There we go.
All right, we got it.
So this is our October podcast. You're going to see us drop a podcast the first Monday of every month. And we're going to talk about different things going through the shop, what's going on, building, what boats we've splashed, what boats are going to be splashed, what's happening, what fish are biting, where they're biting.
We already put one
all
out,
kinds
right?
of stuff.
We already got one. Last 2 Mondays ago, we dropped the first one, first podcast.
I think it was last Monday, actually,
Last
we dropped.
Monday.
We were a little late, late for the first Monday, but it was a holiday, I think.
That's
Wasn't
true,
the
that's
first
true.
Monday was a holiday?
That's true.
It's always a holiday on Mondays around here.
Yeah. So we'll roll
like
with, so that one came out. That one was kind of the maiden voyage, and now this is part two.
Yeah, that was us getting our feet wet.
Yes, and we're aspiring to go live, right? Eventually, we're trying to get see what happens. Get to the point where we
Filmed in front of a live studio audience.
Exactly. People calling in. It's going to get a lot of fun.
No
Today's going to be a lot of
canned
fun.
laughter here.
That's right. Today's going to be a lot of fun too. So let's talk about the last podcast a little bit more first, right? First of all, Scott, we had a contest last podcast. Do you remember what it was?
Yeah, it was who could guess where the license plate came from.
And where did it come from?
It came from Jaws.
Okay, who won?
And our winner is, congratulations to Craig Bocchino.
Now, that's the first time you've ever said his name right.
Yeah, I like it better this way, too.
We've been calling him Craig Bocchino for about a year-ish, something like that.
Yeah.
Now, I got to say, man, he got that answer fast, Jim.
I think he's just sitting. He got nothing to do, sitting around watching too many old movies, and I don't think our podcast was live for more than like a minute.
He might have them new Ray-Ban Mark
he's got
Zuckerberg
the meta glasses.
AI glasses.
I think it's an inside leak.
It could be too, man. There's certainly some ties to Mr. Bocchino in the shop here, but we're not.
There are several.
If he keeps getting them every week, maybe he only win one.
What did he win?
What did he win?
It's a new Chrysler Cordoba.
Oh, nice.
With the rich Corinthian leather. He's got to come on down to the shop. If he can make it here in 10 minutes, he can have it. Or he's going to have to trade it for the box that Carl Marrow is standing in front of down on the set.
So we're saving the Pacer?
Yeah, Pacer's going to be for our next winner.
I feel like no one's going to want to win now. So,
we're all winners here.
Scott, tell us, you're the guy. The new boatyard, man. We're stoked about it. Where are we at? Where's things on the boat?
So we're down to, final days. Where we're being told it's not if, it's when. So we're pretty excited about that. It's 47 acres on the Egg Harbor River. 6 foot dead low tide going into our cut. Once you get through there, it's 25 foot all the way to Summers Point.
So it's going to be a game changer for us, right? Because with the towers and all those different things, I mean, being able to pull boats in, take boats out, put towers on, drop them in. I mean, we're just like, we're super stoked about it. It's been a long time coming. A lot of legal bills, a lot of lawyers, a lot of EPA, a lot of who else have been battling? I feel like over clams and grasses and such,
and birds and everything. We even have to put a mural on the building because it's 50 foot high. We'll be able to get full tuna towers in. Pretty excited.
Elizabeth Warren come down and lead a protest?
I think that's probably true. Do you remember the story about Post and their eagle and how they handled that situation?
I do, but I'm not going to talk about it.
Shouldn't. All right, there was a situation with an endangered species that went missing, right? We don't know exactly what happened to it, but we know that they handled it quickly and without any red tape.
Yes.
Right? All right. So, in other exciting news, Jim, we got Guatemala coming up, yeah?
Well, we should talk about our last trip to Guatemala. When our second annual trip went. What was there? 14 of us, 16 of us went down there. Had a great time. Fishing wasn't as good as usual. You should have been there yesterday. Was first thing they start telling us when we get there. But we drank a couple of glasses of rum. had a great time, great food, great people. Captain Mike Sheeter on the Intensity, one of our game fishermen game boats, the most famous one on the planet. And we're looking forward to going back again soon.
I feel like you named Guatemala something now for all the people when they come, right?
We're going to call it the Waypoint Club.
All right.
Because everybody should have a special waypoint on
Do
their
you know
journey
the
through
Latin
life.
Lounge for?
I have it tattooed on me, but it's on my butt. I can't read it unless I look in the
Joe,
mirror.
you'd probably know that
So
by heart.
there's the next winner of the contest gets to see Jim's tattoo. We don't know what the contest is yet for this one. So Jim, every time you drag me into these podcasts, you always try to get me drunk. What's the theme for this particular podcast?
So this month we're going since we're going into fall. I thought something little traditional North American, something spicy, something bold, and we're gonna go with rye.
Ooh, look at that.
Rye whiskey. First time I ever heard of rye was in a song by Don McLean, American Pie. Right? Drove my Chevy to the levee. Good old boys drinking whiskey, and
Rye.
there we go.
Hey, I never knew that rye was actually a thing. I was thinking bread.
Did you ever have rye?
No.
Well, actually, it's funny you should mention bread because my personal background, I have a lot of experience with bread. I was a baker. So you know what the difference is between bourbon and rye? Can anybody guess that? I'm gonna tell
Bourbon
you
and
anyway.
rye. One has bread in it. One's made with yeast.
There you go.
So bourbon has to have at least 51% corn
Oh.
as an ingredient, and rye. This is the cameraman's glass. We're going to save it for him. But rye has predominantly the rye wheat or the rye grain. Rye is not wheat. Rye is a grain.
Is that similar to how you make rye bread?
It's exactly how you make. So when you
Wow,
think,
never
when you
knew
think of
that.
the difference between rye bread and cornbread, you're kind of getting the difference between rye whiskey and bourbon. Bourbon's a little sweeter, smoother, less of a bite, whereas rye has that good. And being from Jersey, right? I mean, we have rye bread in Jersey. I've lived in a lot of other places in the United States, and rye bread it's definitely. I think rye bread and bagels belong to the Northeast.
All right, let's just try it.
All right. Let me do a little toast here. I'm going to say, here's to you, Mr. Armchair Naval Architect. Armed with nothing but Wi-Fi, a whole truth account, you redesign whole forms nightly. We salute you and your genius. Cheers.
Cheers.
This is going to be terrible. Wait a minute. Wait, this was not a shot?
No.
Oh, thanks for telling me. All right. Well, I'll be ahead
All
of you
right,
guys,
finally, it wasn't me for once.
right? All right.
So what'd you think?
I don't
Well,
know.
You
By
didn't
the
really have time
facial?
to savor that one.
No, I
By
didn't.
the facial expression, I think it was perfect.
Yeah. Did you like it? Oh, there he is.
You got a little breathed in when I should have been breathing out.
Take a little water here.
I think it's delicious.
Now, is this
It's good.
Is
I
this
wasn't ready
Is this
for
a high end? Is this a high end ride? There's the bell. There's the bell for the shop.
There
Whether
we
they're
go.
picking it up or not.
It's higher than the middle, higher than the middle of the road. So last time we did this, we did with tequila, and we started with stuff. I think
was
Scott went
acetone.
out and got out of the acetone can out in the shop out there.
Yeah, it was bad.
And I decided based on that life's too short to drink crappy liquor.
It was
We're
acetone
going
with,
good
with a
stuff.
touch of all grip.
Speaking of acetone, Miro, our other 55 customer, that guy can bring some home. You ever drink his homemade stuff?
Serbian turpentine. Some good stuff there. We use it to cut our all grip and spray.
He
That's how you
came
get
with
that extra
two
shine.
bottles. I think he made them in his bathtub, and it was
I think
interesting
he
day.
dripped it on the cornhole. We were playing cornhole out there, and the lacquer on the cornhole board just peeled right off.
That's right. I think that was Pablo. Pablo was burying us in cornhole that
Yes.
day. Scott, you ever
didn't
notice
have
how Jim brings us and he'll share like the alcohol, but he only brings himself a cigar?
I did notice that.
Well,
You
I
wanna
know
explain?
you guys aren't really cigar guys.
All right.
So I thought, every set we kind of needed a prop.
Okay.
And
Would you like your
and
blowtorch?
so this is guys, cigar guys, like torch lighters. I like a torch,
Okay.
just in case I got to do some welding.
Did we turn off the smoke alarms?
We could also use that when we have to, build a tuna tower or something. It
That's
looks
true.
like the
Definitely
same.
has some high output. Speaking of cigar guys, Jim, are we gonna be able to get Herb on this thing a little later?
Where's
on our
Herb?
podcast? Where in the world is Herb?
So Herb is our friend, our in-house, our resident cigar aficionado, liquor expert. Herb owned a liquor store, so he's a liquor expert. And he's been sending people all over the world fishing. I don't know, since the early '80s. I feel like he dropped out of high school to be a fishing travel broker.
He's also he's like when it comes to if you need like cigars, liquor, you need to know where to find the fish. Like he's your guy.
Prostitutes?
It's funny because in Jersey, I saw something on the internet the other day said if you're from Jersey, you probably got a guy.
He's the
Right.
guy.
Herb's from Miami, but he's always been my wife always jokes that
Your wife always jerks. Oh, that's staying in.
my wife always jerks that
Oh, there it is again.
Said it
If you
again.
say it twice, it must be true. Keep going.
my wife always jokes that Herb's probably got a guy, and she's tired of Herb's guys because you know how sometimes you start a project in your house, like a home renovation project, and it gets like halfway done, and it seems to
I don't know what you're
come
talking about.
running to it. Yeah, you sure you do a kitchen countertop that
15 years ago, it's almost done.
Yep.
There we go.
There you go.
Well, here at Release, it's not when we start, it's when we finish. That's the important part.
So we're going to bring Herb on. Now, we're talking a lot about Herb, guys. You're going to love Herb. You might have caught him on the last podcast. Super fun guy. Super, what do you call him? Like the most interesting man in the world, right? He's like the
He
real.
is the most interesting man in the world. Like, you probably remember the guy from the Dos Equis commercials?
Yes, but he's the real one.
Herb's the guy that they made that guy about.
Yeah, so stick around because Herb's going to be coming on here live. He'll be live. This won't be
Yeah.
live, but we are soon going to go to a live format. But this is going to be fun with Herb because Herb actually will be live from where is he?
Well, that's
You never
the
know.
question.
You never know.
Yeah, where's Herb?
And we don't actually know until he pops up.
You know who else doesn't know?
Who?
Herb's
Herb.
wife.
If Herb drinks enough, I don't think he knows either.
So,
right?
so where is the best fishing right now?
We got to
now?
ask
Because
Herb.
that's
We got to
probably
ask
where-
Herb.
There we
That's
go.
probably where he is.
Maybe it's
Oh, I
time to
see,
go
I
to
see.
Herb.
Well, all right, let's go to Herb.
One time during a bender, Herb tried to light a cedar plug thinking it was a cigar, and the burn was perfect.
Herb Wazell, owner of South Fishing. Where are you at, Herb?
I am in by the Pan American. Well, Pan Am used to have the hangars out here in downtown Coconut Grove, by the City Cigar Lounge. It's called City Cigar by the Bay, and enjoying this beautiful weather here. So
And that's where Pan Am used to fly in and out of with their seaplanes, I think, right?
That's
They
correct.
actually took off out of Biscayne Bay there,
yeah, and they
right,
had
right by our old office.
yep, by our old office that we used to have when the good old days, down where it all started.
Yeah. Yes, it did. Well, let's get right into it. So we're here. It's beginning of October. Where should we be looking to go fishing
Well,
in the month of October?
Well, October is marlin season all over the world, but primarily in the Caribbean. You got great marlin fishing off of in Puerto Rico. You still have some good fishing in the Dominican Republic, and if you remember going back to the good old days, so when we could fish in Venezuela, we had some of the best white marlin fishing this time of the year. There was also swordfish, blue marlin. That's what made Venezuela such a great spot. Sailfish, Grand Slam capital of the world, and the only two recorded super Grand Slams or fantasy slams that ever happened by a single angler were in that location. So
And that's a blue, a white, a sail, a sword, and a spearfish, right?
that's correct. Very good.
There
Get a
we go.
cookie. Yeah.
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 Well, I I knew that guy. I caught him.
We also have some great black marlin. The guys who are in Australia started their fishing, so we have great black marlin fishing off the ribbons and in Australia. Cabo, basically, the Pacific does very, very well from Cabo all the way down to Punta Sal in Peru, which we're expecting next year to go into and start fishing out of Peru. Great black marlin, blue marlin. The middle part of Central America has great sail fishing also beginning to start off there, and Guatemala, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Costa Rica. They're beginning their bite as well. So great time to fish. Weather's good, and tons of fish. Big Dorado also in that late October, November timeframe too.
Well, I feel like this was the time of year that the big sail, when we would go to Guatemala, this was the time for big sailfish, not just numbers, but 100-pounders.
Big sailfish, big yellowfin tuna as well. The tunas of the last, I want to say the last 7-8 years have always been making a big run through there. So if you're looking if you can get through all the 50, 60, 70-pound fish, there's 150, 200 plus yellowfin tuna being caught in that area. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, we're up in the Northeast here, and tuna is like that's what it's all about for the anglers up here.
Yeah,
We have
yeah,
bluefin jumping in the surf, literally.
that
Up here
area
right
of
now.
Nova Scotia. Yeah, that area of Nova Scotia with the big giant bluefins, always fun to watch. So yeah, that's a great spot too.
So it's all going on in October. So if you could pick one place in the world, and maybe even just one place in time to go fishing, where would it be?
Well, this time of Venezuela is the location I started back in the '80s, and it's a magical time for the white marlin in there. So double digits, sales, and like I said, blue marlin. So Venezuela would be my first spot that I would go to. But there's some great fishing in Puerto Rico, some great fishing in the Azores. Those areas are doing spectacular fishing as well. So, but I would pick Venezuela just because I'm a little soft when it gets to that area. That's just such a magical location to catch everything. So never know what you're going to get first thing in the morning.
And as you said a little earlier, we're getting older, and it's harder to get up and down. Venezuela, even though the fishing was great, it wasn't exactly flat seas and smooth sailing.
Well, the Caribbean, anywhere in the Caribbean, Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, St. Thomas, all those locations in the Caribbean, it's not a flat, calm location. I mean, there's some good days, but you count on more sporty days than calm days. So,
Yes, sir.
but those days, we were fishing 40, we were fishing 37 to 40-foot boats. Today, many of these boats that do the run around, that do the circuit, they're in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. So, and the
Yeah.
technology today with sonar and with seakeepers make it a very comfortable thing to do. So,
Yeah. So what are you smoking there
Mm.
today?
This is a red meat lovers cigar by the guys at Saka at Dunbarton. Great, great, great. Did I lose you there for a
No,
second?
no, we got you.
Yep. Great, great
We
stick.
saw the shameless plug. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Great, great stick, and having a little Michter's rye.
Well, that's definitely one of my favorites. I got my whistle pig going here.
Mm.
So red meat lovers, aren't you vegetarian?
Yeah. Very, very vegetarian. I live the gaucho diet.
There we
Basically,
go.
it's lamb or it's steak every day. So
Man after my own heart. So you're not waiting on your salad to be
not at
delivered
all,
there,
sir.
right?
Not at
Okay.
all, sir. No roughage here.
So
So, but
tell everybody about what's happening at one of my favorite places, the Waypoint Club down in
yeah.
Guatemala.
Well, we started our season in Guatemala now, and we even have a beautiful boat, a little 37-foot Sunny Briggs coming, called the Prime Hook. Captain on there, old guy named Kennedy, who fished with Brad Phillips for many, many years, first mate there. And spectacular guy to fish with. So we're looking forward to adding to the fleet, now with the intensity and now with the prime hook, and hopefully a release next year.
There we
What
go.
might be in the works. But yeah, looking forward to the season. It's pretty packed and uh, great fishing. Like I said, the sales are there. The guys are catching some marlin as well and some tuna. So looking forward to everybody coming down very, very soon.
The Waypoint Club is kind of known for bringing in different kind of farm animals. Is it true you're going to have cow cuddling there this year? I know
Well,
Mike was experiencing that over in Hawaii.
yeah. I would say that I'll leave that question to Mike. He's more into the quadrupeds than I am. So I'm more into the fishing stuff.
Okay.
Hmm. But
Well,
yeah,
that's
it's
definitely one of my favorite places, and I can't wait to go back.
yeah, we're looking forward to it. And there's also we'll be fishing the uh, tournament in El Salvador, their Billfish International Tournament in November. So there's some great fishing going on there as well. So looking forward to
Yeah, it's our
running over
friend
there.
Paco Osaka runs that event, or at least I don't know if he runs it or he used to run it.
Yeah, well, he's part of the main. Yeah, it used to be it's his tournament he started, but
Yeah.
I think they have a group now that runs the tournament because it grew, and
I feel like
now
he runs El Salvador.
he,
Sort of
he
kind.
he's in there. He's definitely the guy to know. So also in Costa Rica, there's some tournaments that are going on down there. As you know, this in October is the Bisbee off of Cabo, and now those guys, Wayne has moved that tournament down to Capos. So we're going to have lots of tournaments: the Rockstar, the Wayne, the Bisbee, and then all the other tournaments that go on off of Los
No, no
Sueños.
shortage of billfish tournaments in the world anymore.
No, not at all. You got a spot, and you got guys willing to bet. You, it's a recipe for a tournament.
So I was going to ask Herb to tell us a fishing story from one of our old captain friends, but since this is a semi-family friendly show, we're going to talk about last month that we were at the ICAST in
Yep.
Orlando
Yep.
and got to meet some new people for me and some old heroes. Why don't you tell us about that, Herb?
Yeah. Got a chance to meet Al, who runs the Sportfishing Galapagos operation. That's a great location for people that are looking to catch monster striped marlin and big blues, big blacks as well. There's a couple islands there that off of Isabella where there's supposedly some legendary granders that there. So the guys did actually very well last year, just right out of San Cristobal, which is where we catch all the striped marlin. But
Yeah, so not
yeah,
just big striped marlin, but plenty of them too, right? I mean,
oh yeah, double digits.
it's a
Yeah,
numbers
yeah,
a
double
numbers
digit fish.
place.
Yeah, it's now the spot for monster striped marlin. It's the location. Like I said, next year hopefully we'll this marina completion we'll be fishing in Punta Sal, which supposedly has some in Peru that also has some big monster striped marlin. So looks like a good and we got to see our old friend Flip Pallet. I did several shows with Flip in Venezuela back in the late 80s and in the early 90s. I did a couple shows with him in Costa Rica as well. Hadn't seen him in a long time, and it was fun to see him. Hate to see
Yeah,
that,
really was.
that's just sad news to see him pass away, but really one of the gentlemen of the sport and really a super nice guy. So
Yep. Well, looking forward to doing this again in November.
yeah, we'll have plenty of
So
reports from everywhere and that and from October, and we'll look forward to doing it again.
how do people get in touch with you, Herb, if they want to book a trip somewhere?
Well, going to Guatemala, intensitysportfishing.com is the easy way to do that. And we're updating that now, adding the prime hook, the boat what Kennedy's going to be running. But you can always call us up, 305-632-4372. So anytime, give us a call. We got everything you need.
All right, Herb.
Thanks, Jim.
Okay.
See you next month.
See you next month. What happened to stay salty, my friends? A good
Here's
stick. Come on, you can do it.
here's to swimming with bow-legged women.
There we go. Good, close enough. I want to hear you say, "Stay salty, my friends. A good stick and the right tide is all any man needs."
There you go.
I can't even say it. I get tongue twisted trying to say it. So, all right.
See you soon.
That was
All
that
righty.
was-
Take
He is
care.
probably the most interesting man in the world. He's a character, man, but he does know
He is.
all the stuff that you said he knows about, all the stuff that we wish we knew about.
Yeah, I mean, he's,
We don't need to. We have
he
Herb.
sends people. I mean, so when we say where's Herb, I know this summer he was like in the south of France. He was in England. He's sending me pictures from a cigar shop in London. He's like, it's got the price on the cigar of like 750 pounds. I'm like, is that for
Wait, was
one
that
cigar?
was that the prostitute he was with, or just or price of cigar?
Maybe it was a carp. Don't they eat carp over there?
I think that, yeah. I know they catch that. It's like they call it match fishing or something like that. They go on the River Thames and they fish for carp competitively.
You know what that reminds me of? Osama, another one of our 55 customers. He's everywhere,
He is everywhere.
right? You never know where the guy calls up. Where he at? South of France? Is there a north of France? I don't know. He's everywhere, and he's another world traveler.
He never invites us though. I don't
doesn't.
understand.
Yes, he's been.
No,
you
he
know,
does-
every time we invite him, he says, "Oh, I can't come because I'm in Costa Rica that week, or I'm in Cape Cod fishing for giant
All
bluefin
right,
tuna."
ready? Jersey, south of France. I'd stay in the south of France.
We got cheesesteak and soft pretzels here.
That's true.
Well, maybe he'll make
What's
it to
South of
Guatemala
France at?
this year.
That would be great if he could.
You know who does invite us? 7-foot tall guy,
Carlos.
Carlos.
Carlos has a beautiful place in the Canary Islands.
Scott's been there.
He's got a beautiful 46 being built, right?
Yep.
Now,
Yep.
what's special about his 46?
So Carlos is 6'8",
At least.
something like
Ish.
that. He so we made it 7-foot headroom in his salon, very close down below. I'll tell you what, when we went there, we pulled out of the marina and he started putting his outriggers out. I'm like, well, what are you doing? He's like, we're fishing. I said, we're fishing for what? He said, blue marlin. They're right here. It's a beautiful place. You should go if you have the chance.
Are there a lot of canaries there? Is that
There is.
Oh, is that it's actually named after canaries?
I don't know, but it sounds good.
All right. Hopefully,
I can
hopefully.
I can tell you a little something. When in Europe, when all the grapes died, there was a fungus. They imported them all from the Canary Islands and regrew all the grapes.
How about that?
sounds like you heard that from the
I heard at a winery, but that was
the
after
Canary
the
Island
fifth
Chamber
winery.
of Commerce.
That sounds like a drunken Carlos story about the grapes. All right, so that was fun. I love talking to her. We got to get. We got some more guests maybe coming up a little later, right? Maybe we can get Sheeter on the line here. We'll talk to him too. But let's talk about
Well, Sheeter's been what's he been, cow tipping or
cow tipping.
something? No,
Cow cuddling.
cow cuddling.
They never come. Every time
Yeah,
I
he
try
has
to,
those big cow eyes, you know.
I know they never want to cuddle with me.
Yeah.
though. But
And yeah, I think Lacey took him cow cuddling when they were in Hawaii this summer, and rumor has it that he went
He married a
kitten
cow?
yoga. I think was the other thing that they were doing.
before you can cuddle a cow, you know where you got to take him? To the movies. That's my dad told me.
That's a great one.
My dad told me that when I was about 5.
Good
Anyway,
one. That was a good
so
one.
look, behind this, what's going to be, we're going to build, this is like, we can put whatever we want on this behind us, right? But we're going to build an actual like hard set here, right? With like a bow and like a real bulkhead. And then beyond the bulkhead, behind this wall is actually the shop. So it's a good time to talk about what one of the segments that you're going to be doing weekly or bi-weekly called Shop Walk. Why don't you talk a little bit about that?
So shop walk is something that we go out in the shop obviously every day, and there's always something going on. And for us, it's like we're like a landscaper, and it's like cutting the grass. So for us, it's like we go out there and we see it. It's not as exciting for us because we see it every single day. But I think what we've learned it's very exciting for our customers and our fans to see what's going on in a real boat shop where we're not just making the same damn thing every day. Every day there's something different. There's a new challenge. There's something exciting. There's lots of yelling and screaming going on. Usually, we were here setting up the set earlier, and we were saying, boy, I hope the grinders are going to be off by the time we start shooting.
Yeah.
And then so the grinders kind of slowly came to an end. But Pablo showed up. Pablo's one of our lead guys, and I think that if we had to challenge it, whether it was a grinder or Pablo's
louder.
He's the
I think
louder.
Pablo is louder.
We'll get Pablo on
Pablo's
here.
a character, man. We got to
We'll
get
get
him
him
on.
on
He's a
here.
lot of
Yes.
fun, just in general, right?
Yeah.
So you have a good point, right? In a custom boat shop, you really
Well,
never
that was
know.
a good word, Joe. The custom.
Yeah, I mean,
So in a production boat shop, you'll see everything. It's the same thing. It's the same thing every day, every week for years. Here, it's different and it changes. It might change with our customer calling and say, hey, I saw this. Can we do this? Sometimes it's a good idea. Sometimes we'll make it in every boat. Sometimes we tell them no, they don't really like it. But after we explain it, they get it.
I feel like more and more boat companies are trying to not trying, but they say they're custom, but it's limited, Jim. Right? What you can customize in a lot of these custom boat builders.
Well, we put out a video last week of our engine rooms, and one of the comments that we got was, why don't you guys, instead of spending all that time fairing and finishing an engine room, why don't you build a liner? And that's actually, Scott and I talked about this a million times, and we would love to be able to build a liner because it would make it so much easier for
Knock
us.
a couple thousand
and
hours
faster.
off, right?
Exactly.
So we actually did build a liner, and we didn't use it. And reason why, I was in a production boat that had a liner, and going out the inlet, I'm watching the captain, and he had to throw the thing up on the pin just to get it up on plane. And I hear a whole this boom, 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 boom strumming. In liners, you have voids. You can't ever get it perfectly snug to the hull, and it adds a lot of weight. So yes, it's a great idea. It's for a production builder, it's what they should
Well,
do.
it's a great shortcut, right? I mean, it gets
It
the
gets the
job
job done, but it adds weight and it
Well, that's
adds
the biggest thing. I mean, it does give
noise.
you a perfectly faired hull. Every surface is exactly perfect because it's coming out of a mold. So it's
what-
coming
what-
out of the female side of the mold.
I believe just in our engine rooms, we have about 1,800 to 2,000 hours just in our engine room now that we're, fairing them, longboarding them. They're just as straight as the side of the hull and lighter than a liner, and none of that vibration.
Well, I saw the bill the other day from All Grip, and we are definitely using a lot of fairing compounds from All Grip.
So, last couple customers, one told us that they went to another well-known custom builder, and the customizations were limited to, helm over here, or like there seems to be a lot of limitations with the so-called customizations that are available from these custom shops. So, want to talk about that a little bit?
Well, I think the big thing with customizing a boat is, obviously we've spent countless hours looking over. Our goal is to build the perfect boat. Everybody's, we want to build the perfect boat. So we've gone through at least we think we've gone through every conceivable iteration of the design of this boat. So if a customer comes and say, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? Yeah, we can do it. We've already done it on paper, probably. And, here's we can do it. Here's why it's a good idea, or here's why maybe it's not such a good idea. Sometimes customers want us to move the helm back to be closer to the action in the cockpit. So instead of having to walk 5 steps, they only have to walk 3 steps. But it's a trade-off, right? We have to. You're changing your sight lines. Things change.
Well, that's
Not saying
the
we can't
beauty
do it,
about
but we
being
can do it.
custom.
Yeah.
We'll do what you want, and that's custom. A lot of people won't do that. Other people have different needs. We might not agree with the helm back, but 10 other people might say that's awesome.
But we also, I think, took us a little longer than we'd like to learn the word no, right? I mean, sometimes no's the right answer.
Yeah,
Which I think we found. Some guys aspire to have a certain thing on their boat, and we already know in our gut, probably not.
and it's a hard conversation to have, and we're getting better at it.
Yeah. So our last 46 customer that traded in a boat, they said that they built their dream boat. It was a air quotes custom boat, and they pulled in the marina, and there was about 17 of the same exact boat, maybe different colors, maybe different color curtains, whatever it was. But he just felt like, man, like everything that he put into this idea of having something cool and something special, he said it took all the wind out of his sails. Lack of a better term, wasn't a sailboat, but when he pulled in this marina and there was 17, 18 of the same boat. So I think one of the things we pride ourselves on, guys, is these unicorns, right? It's like the Mona Lisa is a one of a kind painting, whereas there's a million replicas of the Mona Lisa that have almost no value at all.
Which that kind of brings us into our next segment.
It does bring us into our next segment. Do you want to talk about the dock walk?
So every podcast we're gonna go to show you a dock walk that we filmed. This month we filmed a dock walk at Brielle Yacht Club, and on the Manasquan River in New Jersey. It was about a mile down the river from where I grew up. So it was a dock that, every dock has dock rats, real rats, but kids usually that ride their bicycles down and they hang out at the dock looking to see if a guy needs help cleaning his boat, or maybe by helping a guy clean a boat you can get asked to come out fishing and be his mate for a trip or whatever. And that was me when I was a kid. I spent all my time walking up and down the docks. In Brielle, that particular marina, I mean, that spot has been around for a couple hundred years. It used to be salt. They used to make sea salt there. Now that's a very big thing. It's very gourmet to have sea salt. Well, that's how they made salt back in, I don't know, 200 years ago, 150 years ago, whatever it was. They'd bring in ocean water and they'd pour it on carpets or whatever.
We need to pour another drink.
Yeah,
so.
we might be a while.
But we do appreciate the
Jim
salt.
has really good.
The next,
Maybe next time will be margaritas.
Yes,
for the
Jim
salt.
has really great stories, but it takes him 2 hours to watch 60 Minutes because he's long-winded, right, Jim? He likes to give you all the details.
If I was so long-winded, I ought to get a sailboat.
That's true. That's true. What do we got over there?
What's next, Scott?
Come on, man. You're the guy with the bottles over there.
We're going to do this here, Whistle Pig.
Whistle Pig.
Ah, interesting. This is sort of made in Vermont.
What do you mean, sorta?
Well, it's actually first distilled in Canada, and then they send it to Vermont for the final barreling. So, interestingly enough, it is subject now to tariffs.
Is this a shot?
This is not a shot. This is this is a sipper.
All right. Not winning awards for not spilling stuff.
It's not about accuracy.
You just rub that in.
Sometimes it's
good,
about volume.
It's good teak oil.
Yeah, you want to rub that into the teak because it's look at that amber, very different color this time,
That's
but
a nice.
very nice for your teak.
That's a nice color amber right
It's a
there.
nice hue.
All right, Jim. We're gonna skip the toast on this one. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going right at it this
All
time.
right, here we go. Cheers.
Thought we were skipping.
Well, just cheers.
I like that.
Definitely smoother, not as peppery.
I
True.
concur.
I think the other one I taste more rye. The other one I drank, the High West, I definitely feel like I'm eating a piece of rye bread.
All right.
So where do you think we're going to go next on Dock Walk?
Well, let's finish. Well, let's. I don't even know if I think we feel like we kind of cut them off.
I gotta get my.
You
I
wanted
gotta
to
get my
drink.
torch out.
You wanted to drink really bad.
Because I knew it was going to be story time with Jim Turner, and I'd like to have a drink for that.
That's not a bad name for a podcast either. So let's get back. You're in Brielle,
Like Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers' neighborhood.
There we go.
So they're making sea salt.
They're making sea salt. It became a waterfront industry, right? I mean, the town really was about what happened on the waterfront. Ooh, that's a movie.
Okay.
But over the years, it as is typical in every place in the world, the waterfront land became a whole lot more valuable as condos and things like that. So they got rid of the boatyards. Really, boatyards are a dying business. So the fact that we're having a boatyard.
Let me just say, the 47 acres we just bought, we had a very, very, very nice offer from a condo builder to take it over and build condos. You know what we told him? Nope.
Well, it's a beautiful, it's going to be a beautiful place to go to work every day. Not that this isn't, but there was a scene in a Apocalypse Now where he says, "I love the smell of napalm in the morning."
I remember that.
That's how I feel when I come into the shop sometimes. People come in the shop and say, "How do you deal with that smell all day long?" I'm like,
How do you deal without it? How do you deal without it? Right?
Our FedEx lady actually said she prays for me. And she said, "I hope you eat healthy." I'm like, "Why?" She says, "Because I walk in there and as soon as I get in the driveway, I smell it." Like,
Yep.
I don't know.
To each his own.
Yeah.
To each his own.
So back to so when we go to do a dock walk, in this case it was Brielle Yacht Club, which is I don't know, 4 docks, probably about 200 slips, I would guess.
Well, what are you walking the docks for?
Why do you go to a boat show?
Look at boats.
There we go.
But new boats, what are you looking for?
Well, I'm looking for unicorns.
Okay.
I want to see fishing boats. I don't really care about wakeboard boats or the sailboats. I mean, I actually love sailboats. In full disclosure here,
We knew that.
I love beautiful boats. Boats to me are art. It's like I can go through a museum and I look at art and I say, like, I really like that painting. I don't like that painting, but I get it. I see what the
You can
what the draw-
appreciate.
I can appreciate.
So
it.
you told me that, like, you said to me, I'm a car guy, right? So
Yep.
you said to me, like, nothing. It's hard for you something to stop you when you're in the marina. You're walking along. Your goal, you want something to stop you in your tracks.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the
yeah.
idea of dock walk,
Yeah,
right?
I want to be walking down this. I want to be walking down the dock, and all of a sudden, whoa, what's that?
So, guys, if you want to see something cool, you should come check out Jim's next episode of Dock Walk, where he goes to Brielle Marina. He's walking along and find out what stops him in his tracks. He's a connoisseur. He knows the ins, the outs, the ups and downs, everything you know about boats. And if something stops him, it's worth talking about. It's worth watching. So check out the next episode of Dock Walk. Now, let's talk about Scott, a unicorn called Riff Raff, right? Let's talk about this section's called our splash report. And since we're talking about unicorns, I think Riff Raff's a unicorn.
Riff Raff is a unicorn. She was just splashed. She's in Vero Beach now. It's a 46 Express. It's custom built for our customer. Luke is a
Luke.
great customer.
He's a great
Patience.
Can't cheers without sipping it.
Sipped.
Sip.
So we're going to be doing a walkthrough of Riff Raff, and hopefully you guys will be seeing her fishing. He's already used her quite a bit.
And that's one of the things I love about Luke is that guy does a lot of fishing. I mean, he's like my idol. When I die, I want to come back as him.
He's pretty serious. He's pretty serious about his fishing.
He's the first. I think his first fishing trip out, he ran across the Walker's Key,
Got a blue marlin.
got a blue marlin,
And told us he was gonna get a blue
within
marlin.
like an hour of putting the lines out.
He's a pretty good golfer too, I will say.
I never golfed with him, and I'm pretty good.
I golfed with him one time, and you're a lot of things, man. You're not good at golf, but I'm not either. So it is what it is.
24 lost balls
It's a record.
in 9 holes good?
That might be a course record.
When I started
All right,
golfing,
good.
There we
Told you
go.
I was good.
when I started golfing, my 7-year-old daughter at the time said, "It takes a lot of balls to golf as bad as you do, Dad." And I said, "You're right." So
Well, I did learn from you, actually.
yeah, I know. Well, you didn't have the best teacher, but you could have surpassed.
We'll get there.
So
He's using more at the homeschooling.
yeah. So Riff Raff is a 46.
46 Express,
Twin
got
850 mans,
50 mans.
I6, the new mans. I guess they're not that new anymore. They're about 4 or 5 years old.
Perfect package.
Sweet engine. Perfect power plant. Ooh, that's a lot of P's. A lot of alliteration, as we say in the literary world.
Pink Pony Club.
Oh, favorite song too. All right, keep going. We got a sailboat or a Pink Pony Club lover. I feel alone. I feel alone down here. Anyway,
But the power to weight ratio on those man 850s, it's a sweet spot for our boat because one of the things we talked about earlier was the amount of weight that a liner would add to the boat, and we have to be very weight conscious with our boats. basically on a 46 footer, 1,000 pounds costs you a knot or 100 horsepower.
Yeah, now we started just infusing the holes. Then we got into the holes and stringers. Now we're doing holes, stringers, bulkheads, all large parts, medium parts, and we're weighing every small part we do. So we're basically putting our boats on the Atkins diet.
It's definitely on a diet. Maybe we got to give it a shot of Wegovy or something.
There you go.
The next
There you
thing.
go. That's the easy way out.
You know, it's whatever it takes.
Now, Mr. Joaquin went bigger with his engines, right?
So yeah, another 46 we're building.
Express, another Express.
Another Express. We got twin 1,200 mans in her. We also went with
The
the
V8s.
V8s with the CGR running gear.
Wake adaptive running gear.
This particular customer fishes a lot by himself. He says he's not a speed demon, but he races cars all the time, motorcycles, everything. He said, if I'm out there by myself and the weather turns, I just want to get home and get safe. This boat should be a little race car in itself. Can't wait to get her out. She'll be leaving the shop, headed to Bosch Towers in the next month or two.
Getting a custom tower with all kinds of rod storage, everything in the hard top. Can't wait to see it
already when I was down there visiting Riff Raff. So Timmy does a beautiful job.
So enough about boats. I'm getting hungry. Got a little drink here. Makes me think of your other kind of series that's coming out, right? You want to talk about that one?
So, you know, one of the things that boat guys, fishermen, whatever you want to call us, we love a great water hole or a waypoint. I think about as I think about the great marinas that I've had the privilege of visiting in my life. I can't help but think about the restaurants or the bars, whatever they are that went along with them. And this month we visited Pig and the Parrot,
Which was a
which
sandbar.
Sandbar.
We
Sandbar.
were-
2 words.
So those are what? Those are
bar.
Those are restaurant. Those are restaurant bars.
It's a restaurant bar, which is usually, you know, it's kind of like you know, the diner, drive-ins, and dives of the boating, fishing world.
Okay, so you have a new segment kind of series coming out called Waypoints and Waterholes. That's
Yeah.
the diner, drive-ins, and dives of the water, right?
Yeah.
You're out there. You're looking for awesome bars, awesome restaurants. What would qualify? Like, what would I have to be to be on this
So
show?
you know, like, so when we pull in from a long day, either in the canyons or just out fishing, I love to hang out in the back of the boat. My happy place is the cockpit of one of our boats. But sooner or later, the guy who's washing the boat, fortunately, it's not me anymore. You know, that they say, "Time, Mr. Jim, time to leave."
Yes.
You know? So I go up to whatever the local spot is, and you know, I want it to be. I want to feel welcome. I want to feel like I'm in my element. So I want to be around a cool place that just has that vibe of, like, you know, the guys who go out fishing every day, whether it's to earn a living or just enjoying to spend time on the water. And in this case, it was the Pig and the Parrot, which back in the day when I was a kid, we used to hang out there and drink buckets of Rolling Rocks,
Oh, nice.
the little nips. I don't even know if they're still in business.
They still make them.
Do they?
Yeah, they make 'em. So, guys, if you want to check out something else cool, a lot of really neat, interesting stuff coming along here. Jim with the dock walk, waypoints and water holes. If you want to see learn about some really cool waypoints, some really cool bars, restaurants that kind of have a soul and a personality of their own, make sure you check those out. We'll be sure you can check out on our website. You can check out how to sign up for the newsletter, and in the newsletter we'll have all the dates and times for when those things will be releasing. Correct?
Yeah, absolutely. And most importantly, you know, if you guys have that secret place, and if you know if it really is a secret, we'll keep it a secret. You know, we love the places that nobody else knows about.
Yeah, it's my happy place.
So you would
It's
just
best.
shoot that from inside
Yeah.
right? Maybe not put the sign up. We'd rather bring these secret places to the world.
We've
right?
actually already had one of our owners told me about a place in Murrells Inlet, South Carolina, which is going to be one of our future stops. So we'll wait till it gets a little colder up here. It's already getting there. I see the leaves starting to change colors out there.
Fishing's just getting really good around here. We have we probably have another 2 months before we have to start heading down. Well, Jim,
I'm ready to go to
Jim's from
Guatemala
Florida.
right now.
It's 75 and he's
It's
wearing
cold
sweatshirts.
here for Jim.
I moved to Florida 25 years ago and haven't looked back.
So all you captains, mates out there, if you do run into us, when we were at the Pig and Parrot, a lot of people came up to us like, what are you guys doing? If we see you out there, you got to let us know first if you want to be on this. Some of you guys are a little shifty out there. You captains know who we're talking about. But come say hi and tell us your stories, because that's why we stay at that bar to hear the stories.
I think a couple of those captains thought you were one of those TikTok people.
I am. I got to check.
Are you a Kardashian?
I got to check.
Yeah, you get the official check.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys. I mean, listen. In the end, we're doing this because we're not that interesting, right? I mean, maybe Jim is. Jim's been like everywhere and done everything, right? But we want to hear from you, right? We want to bring to the community, the fishing, boating community, kind of a compilation of everybody's stories, right? This is the fishing world, the boating world is a big community. And if you see us out at a certain waypoint, a certain water hole, or if you have like if you're watching this on YouTube, go in the comments, drop a couple of your favorite spots, maybe your best kept secrets, if you're kind enough to share them, and we'll do a spot on them. And if we pick your spot, we'll certainly
You could buy us a
New
drink.
Chrysler Cordova.
there you go. You get Chrysler Cordova, yeah. So Jim, it's October, yeah.
Yes, it is.
What's cool about this? What's coming up this month?
Halloween?
I got that one, bud. You were
love-
supposed to
I
bring a
love-
skeleton for the thing. Oh, you got the only scary prop we had was Scott.
Nice.
We're supposed to have a skeleton now.
Well, we love October marks. It's an important month for the guys in the boat world because number one, we got FLIBS, as we on the inside say FLIBS, which is Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show. We've all done Fort Lauderdale Boat Show so many times. It before we actually worked it, I've been working that boat show for over 20 years, starting with Casa Vieja Lodge, and then into Release Boatworks, and boat shows used to be a lot of fun. Now they're a lot of work. They're still a lot of fun, but they are a lot of work. So we have Fort Lauderdale Boat Show. We have another boat show that we love is the Annapolis Boat Show.
We have Ibex.
yeah, Ibex is coming up.
Ibex is huge for us for the inside guys who
Candy store.
It really is. It's like for boat
All the
builders, it's like going to a candy
equipment
store.
coming out, and the vendors are all there. It's not a boat show. It's
Techniques.
everything that's to build a boat, how to build a boat, parts, accessories, the new greatest stuff out there.
One of
each
the
year.
things that I'm very proud of at last year's Ibex, we actually were featured as the video from a company called CCG of how they do infusions, and we were the video that they used as an example of the right way to infuse a hull.
That deserves a-
yeah, we were proud of that.
That deserves
I
a
was
cheers.
proud of that for sure.
They use us as best
And
practices.
then we got the cover of was it NAC too
Mm-hmm.
about how well the boats are built. Those are really good accolades, guys. You can't buy them, right?
No.
I mean, these guys. I mean, these accolades aren't for sale. I mean, they just recognized it.
It's NAC. They're a very big distributor of equipment and
Probably
materials.
probably the best in the industry.
And it's not like they did us because we're such a big vendor or such a big customer for them. We're a little guy. We're building 12 boats a year.
We're quality, not
we're building 80 or 90.
quality, not quantity, right?
Exactly.
And we didn't have to do that. We did it because we wanted to be better. How could we do this better? They came in, didn't have to change much. They did two with us, and they said, "You guys are doing awesome.
They had a couple cool suggestions though about the stringers, right? You want to talk about that for a little bit?
Yeah. So one of the things, I've always infused the hulls. Release has always infused our hulls, and I was always afraid to do the stringers because what's going to happen if the stringers move during the infusion when you put the bag on and you get that 38 millibars of vacuum on the hull. What happens if they move? Because the stringers can't move. The stringers, it's very important. They stay where they're supposed to be.
It's your spinal cord.
Yeah, exactly. It's a great analogy. It is the spinal cord of the boat. But they basically re-engineered our stringer system, and now we infuse the stringers with our hull, and it creates a what I call a monolithic hull. So the stringers and the hull are all done at the same time, and the stringers aren't added on afterwards. It's not a stringer grid. It's not done to make it easier to build a boat. It's done to make it better to build a boat. And that's really kind of is our mantra. I think how can we build our boat better? That's what we want to know. Not how can we make it easier for us to build. We love if there's a way that we can make it easier, but not at the expense of making it better.
So interestingly enough, Jim, I'm adding a new segment to this podcast that I'm going to surprise you with. And the reason I'm bringing it up,
the notes for
it
this.
doesn't matter. This isn't on the notes. But the reason I'm bringing it up because you just mentioned how can we build a better boat. You always say it's tradition and technology, right? That's the thing. It's like a little bit of this, the stuff that's been around for 100 years, keep it if it works, but don't get stuck in the weeds and make sure you stay with the technology. So I thought it'd be funny to take tradition versus technology and see if Jim Turner, the OG of the boat world, can beat AI, can beat ChatGPT. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pop up ChatGPT on the screen, and I'm going to ask ChatGPT a question, and I'm going to see if you can either get the same answer or a better answer, and we'll let the audience decide. What do you think?
Well, let's go for it. I'm always up for a challenge.
So what I'm typing in ChatGPT right now is, what is the best riding center console in the 24-ish, give or take a foot, segment or size range? What would you say? Hold on, before you answer, let's see what ChatGPT says. Audience, I'm going to let you guys see it. Jim can't. Let's see what it says first. All right. So I know what ChatGPT says, and ChatGPT knows all.
This is a tricky one, guys.
Well, maybe. Well,
Here's why.
I'm going to ask you. Why? Why is it tricky?
Because 24 foot. Let's go back 25 years. 24-foot center console was pretty much your mid. A 30-foot center console back then.
40 years ago, 25-foot was a big boat.
I
remember when the 25 Mako was the big center console in the world.
So what I'm saying is, the question that he's asking you might have to go back. I mean, unless you're up on your 24-foot center consoles these days, you might have to think about greatest of the past 50 years.
Let me expand my search here on ChatGPT. Hold on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to refine my prompt. My first prompt is, what is the greatest riding 24-foot range center console of all time? And I'm going to ask, what is the greatest riding 24-foot-ish center console in the last 20 years? So now we got two. Now,
that's easy.
Guys, if you think you have the answer, you already see the answer. But if you disagree, let us know in the comments below. If you agree, if you have a better answer. And I'm going to get an answer from Jim, and I'm going to get an answer from Scott, because I want to just see if everybody kind of understands or at least has their representation of what they think the answer is. So, Jim, first of all time, go.
Of all time, 24 foot. Oh, that's
ish. You can go 23, 25, 26.
23 to 25. So
20, you can go 26.
So
if you got a regulator running around your head, you can go 26. But whatever you want in that range.
So a 25-foot regulator would be in my top three.
Of all time or in the last 20 years?
Of either way.
Did they build a 25?
They built a 26.
I think they built a 25 too, no?
Who knows?
Whatever.
We'll
25, 26.
Don't worry about it.
We'll ask your chat guy.
I'll ask him in a minute.
Don't make me get the tape measure out. Because,
See, that's the thing about
even though
Jim.
they're calling
See,
it a
that's the thing
26,
about Jim.
it might really be a 25.
That's the thing about
I
Jim.
agree.
And was it 26 to where the engine's mounted at the end of the bracket,
See, that's
or was
the
it
thing.
26?
That's the thing with Jim. Just
to the
because it says
transom?
26
Not only
doesn't mean
that,
it is.
that all changed in the past years.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, 20 years ago, it was you didn't count a bracket. Now everyone counts a bracket.
Well, technically, if a bracket is bolted on, it is not counted. But if a bracket is part of the hull and the stringers,
We've done that.
the stringers extend through it, that becomes the hull.
All right. Enough of
It's
the
minutia.
We're getting technical on you here.
Enough of the shop walk. Let's get back to the question. The greatest 23 to 26 foot best riding center console of all time. Now, you gotta be careful here because all time goes past that 20-year mark too. So you gotta stay in bounds.
Man, it's a tough question, but I'm going to give you an answer. So for me, that 20. You keep saying 24, but in my mind, I keep hearing 25.
Okay,
That'll work.
that's good.
Yeah.
All right.
And for me, the 25 footer, there's so many great boats at 25. I had the 25 CV, which you said I was going to say. Right, there's 25 Mako.
The Mako is coming.
The Mako. I mean, I'm from Jersey, right?
So,
we got to have Makos.
So Bass Pro bought them.
Whatever.
I'm just saying, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
25 contender, awesome boat. But the problem is all those boats I just mentioned, they all come from a 23-foot formula.
Yeah, which was built right here in New Jersey.
And the only one different at the time back then, and I'm going back into the early 70s, was the 23-foot Seacraft.
Yep, it was actually the
and
60s.
The Potter built Seacraft.
No, Mosley was the first one.
Well, Mosley was the naval architect.
Okay.
Mosley was the owner of
Yeah.
Seacraft before Potter.
Yeah, and so they came out with a 25, which is basically their 23 with an integral, not bolted on.
So your answer is the 23-foot Seacraft.
All
time.
23, 25-foot Seacraft.
All right. Man, you got it wrong. Well, you didn't get it wrong, but the ChatGPT disagrees.
Well, I think that the is it called the efficacy rate of ChatGPT? They're not always right.
Well, whenever you disagree with them, that's what you
sometimes
say.
they make shit up.
That's true. Scott, what do you think?
I do believe it's the Seacraft. And it started in the 60s. And I was fortunate enough to meet Carl Mosley. And it was actually when I was in the middle of building Year 36 from a good friend, Jimmy Floyd, FNS Boatworks.
FNS uses that Mosley.
Same
Mosley
variable
hull,
dead rise hull.
That's what makes it ride so great.
It's up. It doesn't plow through. It's up. And he did this back in the 60s. Still being used today. Mag Bay's using it. Tribute's using it.
A good friend of mine ran I think a 50-foot FNS down in Venezuela actually, and he said that boat just ran. It just was fast as hell and smooth riding boat. And Venezuela is known for rough sea conditions.
All right, let's talk about in the last 20 years. Same question.
Well, I think your question says, what's the best riding boat? But I would change that to what's the best fishing boat.
Oh, all right.
So I think one of the most popular boats, one of the most popular center consoles in that range are regulators, and awesome boat.
26.
Yeah, 26 regulator.
You love that boat. Had one.
But one of my favorite boats in that range, and we've got to step it up a little bit, is to the 27, but it's the Conch. And one of the things I loved about the Conch, originally built in the Northeast by a sailboat builder, right? And Eddie and Duff built the first Conchs. I think Jose Wahebe ran one, but it was the level deck. No step in the deck.
They might not know who that was.
Eddie and Duff was a sailboat builder out of
Jose.
Rhode Island. Jose Wahebe, which I had
you guys out there, the older guys would know.
The privilege of fishing with down in Key West. My best friend, when he got married, he said, he wanted, instead of having a bachelor party, he wanted me to take him fishing with Jose Wahebe. So I from Jersey, right? So I knew
Spanish
a guy.
fly.
I knew a guy who knew a guy, and I was able to make that connection. And we went fishing in Key West.
Wait,
with Jose Wahebe.
Did Herb make that happen?
Probably.
It actually was not Herb.
Jim probably made him some rye bread or some shit in the bakery.
No, it was a guy from Jersey, from Brielle, actually, who had a 44-foot Rybovich Express, and he was friends with Jose. And
What was the name of that boat? I'm trying to think of his
the one in
Express.
Brielle?
Baby Doll?
So in the running, my father just bought a boat. What is this? That my dad just bought.
The North Coast.
Yes, that's in the running, right? As far as one of the,
it
one of the
really
better
is.
riding boats.
It's a 24-degree dead rise boat, same as the Formula, which the Formula became Albemarle. I mean, they all.
In my dad's backyard right now.
Oh,
what's in there? Tell him.
that's a unicorn.
That's a unicorn. Tell him what it is.
It's a 23 Formula center console inboard boat, which is you could hardly see it. There's poison ivy. I'm
It's
a
a flower
hunter.
pot. It's a
but
nice
I
flower
get
pot.
poison ivy bad. It is a flower pot, but
My dad said
need to
that,
redo
that the guy that they used to use those to outrun. They used to do those to outrun the DEA. So my dad bought that boat in his backyard. He said that the DEA, or there's something about running drugs on that Formula, that the DEA paid them so they could outrun the drug guys, or the drug guys were outrunning. Who designed the Formula? You guys know?
I actually
Joe Formula, I think it was.
Oh, sounds made up.
no, but they were actually built in Woodbine, New Jersey.
But there's some story about. I remember my dad in here. He's 80. He's going to tell us about that boat. and
We
why
should
he
get
bought
him
it.
here.
Now, I thought I had you pegged for a Silverhawk.
Well, it is. A Silverhawk came from the Seacraft.
Why did I have you pegged for a Silverhawk?
I used to build Silverhawks.
You used to build Silverhawk. Topaz. You also used to build Topaz.
Topaz,
Silverhawk.
Out Island.
Out Island, right? So this guy's got boat pedigree.
It wasn't that he built them; he owned them.
Owned them. Correct.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he wasn't.
He wasn't the guy out in the shop slinging
Well, wait a minute.
slinging resin. Well, he was.
He was too.
He was.
He was.
But he did that because he owned them. He wasn't the guy saying, "Hey, bring me the sandpaper."
True.
We've known some boat builders who have said, "Hey, this guy's got me over here sanding the hull."
With the wrong sandpaper.
With the wrong
We
sandpaper.
can't talk about that. He might see it. But Silverhawk has a little bit of a cult following, man. Like, what's the boat you told me that what's his name down the street owns that you said has kind of like a cult following? We should buy it and bring it back one day. Silverton.
Oh, Silverton.
Right?
That's a whole different.
I know,
It's
but
a
you
whole
said
different
you
breed.
said that was one. We were talking
Because
about
it
cult.
is.
We were
It's
talking about
cult
boats.
found.
I
Yeah.
feel like Silverhawk has the same vibe. there's tons of forums out there about
There's
Silverhawk.
130 of them
But
out there.
Silverton was like the hardcore fisherman's boat because from what I know, which is
Silverhawk.
limited, whatever. They
So young, so angry.
they took you took the Seacraft hull and you improved it. Actually,
Correct.
What did you do to improve
Well, it was first improved by Bob Seidelman, who taught me how to build boats. And we are in the shop every day. We're not just, signing papers and doing this shit. We're out there. We are sanding. One of the guys was pissing me off because it took him too long to put the exhaust in. And they're like, this is how long it takes. And I said,
Move over.
beep, you, get out of here. I'm going to do this. And now every time it's done that way.
You set a new standard and a new precedent for how long it
So
actually takes.
we do know what we're doing out there. And
Well, we're not. What do they call it? Like
armchair engineers?
Yes, you're
Something
out
like that?
there. You're out there. You guys every day you're full of dust, right?
Yeah.
Every day you're in the compressor room.
Pika the best.
Hey,
About that. I know we can't talk
Hey,
about what
don't
every
talk
day you're
about
out
the
there
compressor
with
room.
with the thing blowing all the dust off. You're right. Get the
Way too inside
I know
information.
it's insider. I know it's too much information. But Manhattan's. You promised me Manhattan.
So I want to tell you my introduction to Manhattan's. My uncle when I was a kid, my uncle was a state trooper, and he was
the handsy uncle.
No, and this was
Different
this was
That's the one I like.
this is my uncle that looked like Harry Grant,
Okay.
but he was the state trooper that was in charge of the New Jersey Marine Police, which, as a young boater, that was, we talk about I know a guy.
You know every guy.
That's a good guy to know.
If you know the guy that was in charge of the New Jersey Marine Police,
Yeah.
You know
That's all you need to know.
life on the water is good.
I got to ask you, did Herb hook you up with him?
No, this is genetics hooked me up with him. But my uncle's go-to drink was a Manhattan, and when I was a kid, I was like, "What the hell is that?" I'm like, Uncle Frank, what do you drink? I get home every day, and he's there because the New Jersey Marine Police was like 3 miles away from my parents' house. So I get home from work. My uncle's there sitting out by the pool, drinking Manhattans, and he'd have a whole picture of him made, and that was I'm pretty sure he was still on the clock. But hey,
Seidelman used to drink Manhattans. That's when I had my first Manhattan.
And back then, I mean, I don't think I drank my first Manhattan until probably like maybe 5 years ago. And I got to tell you, I love them.
Did you ever have Mount Gay and orange juice?
I have had that, and it's disgusting.
Well, we'll get into this later, but there's my idol, one of the best boat builders on the planet.
Yeah.
Apparently that's what he drinks.
But let's make a Manhattan, right? While we're talking over here.
So let me talk about a Manhattan. First of all,
I thought we just did.
Yeah, we've like to do
No,
that.
you did, but you didn't break it down.
I'll go.
All right.
Break it
So
down.
Manhattan is the quintessential cocktail because it is only 3 ingredients. You got 2 parts rye, not bourbon.
Bread?
Some guys make it bourbon.
Hold on. Spell quintessential. Exactly. Go on.
So it's the classic drink. 3 parts, 3 ingredients. You got 2 parts rye, 1 part bitters. I'm sorry.
Come on, man. Where are we going with this?
2 parts rye, 1 part vermouth, sweet vermouth, good vermouth. Actually,
and-
this is where the people fail.
And Mexican grape jelly.
No, man, this is come on. I'm talking about your people. This is Italian.
Oh.
Italian.
Same color.
Luxardo
Same color flag.
maraschino cherries.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I was a cherry. My grandfather had a cherry tree in his backyard. I didn't know you could pay $20 for a jar of cherries.
That's pretty serious, man.
So, Jim, I did notice you say his people. Joe, is your family really from the trash business
The old
up in
country.
like Staten Island?
You can't talk about that, man.
Oh, well, he brought
He
it
could
up.
tell you. He could tell you, but he'd have to.
He could tell me.
All right.
So we need some cherries. We need some vermouth. We need
Vermouth.
some rye.
Bitters, and if you're only going to have one kind of bitters, there's all kinds. You can get like chocolate bitters now, Mexican bitters. You want to use you want to use tequila to make an old whatever you.
Which one did
But
you
this is Angostura because you know why? This is classic.
Because
this-
it's aromatic.
this
It's 44.7% alcohol.
Yeah, but it's
You
just
skip
it's
the whole
just-
thing and just drink this and get
No,
where
if,
you're
you,
going.
if you can drink that straight, my hat's off to you.
He can't even finish his drink over there.
Easy, bud. Easy, bud. I'm going to finish the whole thing. But I was promised a Manhattan, and I feel like I should have one.
because Joe is not if you haven't figured
Guys,
it out
I'll
yet,
get the ice.
Joe's not a straight liquor kind of guy. He likes his. Well, you do drink tequila
I do.
with the straw.
Well, that's good. Well, that's because
think-
you don't. Well, let me explain. You don't get any oxygen to ruin where the tequila's going. When you drink it without a straw, it doesn't get directly where you're trying to go. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like I've told that to a police officer who once pulled me over, maybe more than once.
Well,
and he wasn't buying it, and neither am I.
listen,
Doesn't
I have
matter, you
Well,
had the uncle.
Well, listen, I have an invention. I have an
Right about
invention.
that.
What you need is tequila flavored gum. So if you're drinking tequila, you get pulled over, and he goes, "I smell alcohol." You go, "Yeah, you want a piece?" And it's tequila flavored gum. What do you think?
I if that works, I'm in.
But drinking and driving is actually a thing from 20 years ago now with Uber. Nobody does. These kids nowadays, I got to admit, when I was young, right? Like, we would pre-game, we'd call it, right?
Yeah.
And you'd have a couple drinks, and everyone was driving around a little tipsy. These kids nowadays, Uber, man.
Which is
smart.
And that's very smart
great thing.
because
Smart. Now, I will say, I was in Aruba, and I was in a Can-Am, no, Polaris side-by-side, and I got pulled over by the police in Aruba in a Can-Am, in a Polaris side-by-side, and the police officer said to me, we only have one breathalyzer on the island. We can wait here together for 4 hours, or I can just drive you home. I think he just wanted to drive the side-by-side.
Nice.
But I chose
True
that.
story?
True story. Yeah. But
it was a good option.
it wasn't, come on, man.
Because the only other guy who's still arrested in Aruba, isn't that the guy that like murdered some?
Yeah.
He's not in Aruba. You're talking about Natalie
Natalie Holloway.
Vandersloot.
Vandersloot.
Yeah.
Yeah. True story, too. When that happened, I was in Aruba.
Why
and
is he eating the cherries?
I'm on a newscast about if I think Aruba's not safe anymore because one person got killed ever. I was like, dude, I live like 20 minutes from Camden. Like, that's where you don't want to be, right? I was like, one person got killed ever in Aruba? All right, Jim.
Why does it always come back to Jersey?
I mean, it's Camden's like the worst, like the murder capital of the world, like 5 years in a row. What do I got to do here? Do I got to stab these?
Yes, you got to. Traditionally, you put one cherry. I like to have three because.
Well, then you should try handle this yourself because I can't even stab one of these. You got pliers?
I could go out and get some vice grips.
We need
you have one of those.
a spoon. They call it a spoon.
Don't you and Jim spoon a lot?
Only when we're doing the donkey cuddling. Cow cuddling.
Ass cuddling?
Whatever. Listen.
Hey.
All right, you're going sideways here.
What happens in Tijuana stays in Tijuana.
Do we have? All right. Let's pretend we have the cherries in here. Let's
All right,
put the rest.
We're gonna get our boat shop mixology going.
Does this
right
go
here.
first or last?
So no, we're gonna take a break and we're
Be back after these commercial messages.
yeah. Okay, so which
I'll take the
ride?
large.
Which
Don't
ride
take the
is
big
yours?
gulp.
So we're gonna go with Whistle Pig.
Yeah, I agree.
I didn't try the whistle pick.
All right.
You didn't try
Oh,
the
you
Whistle
didn't?
Pig.
Some.
Cameraman needs some.
I need a solo just because I gotta drive too.
That's like a double shot. So whoa, there he is.
There you go. Just like our guys
It's
mix
all
the
about
MEK.
the ratio.
True.
That's how the guys mix the MEK out there.
Right? That's going to kick some
That's fucking done.
right? That's yours, bud.
That's for four.
We'll make ours in a minute.
That's four. Remember, it's a 2-to-1 ratio.
I'll take
Well,
the cap off.
it works better that way.
This guy.
Oh.
Now you
Technical,
got it.
dude.
That's like
Yeah.
your microphone.
Teeth it. That's good B-roll. His false teeth just fell out.
Are you stuck in the thing?
What are you doing? You don't blow it.
Oh, wait a minute. It was
right
built
through.
that way.
Look at this guy. Womp.
Oh, boy. I hope you got that.
Oh, look how nice and slow it comes out. Usually the people buy the cheapest vermouth you can buy.
Not you.
This is the good stuff. We don't cut corners.
It's so expensive.
We don't cut
Holes.
corners building boats, and we don't cut corners making Manhattan.
So expensive, they put a hole in the cork.
So I don't know
So
exactly. It's usually like for one
4
drink.
shakes.
It's for one drink. It's usually 2 shakes.
All right,
So
8
hold on.
shakes.
But we're gonna wing it.
for
8,
you,
2, 3,
for you
4.
painters
Not too
out
much.
there.
Better, less is better than more.
For you painters out there,
How much is it?
it's a 2-to-1. So this might be a little prize
2 to 1 to
giveaway.
a couple of.
It's a
No, they don't go in there.
Jim.
It's a garnish.
Oh, it's
It's like parsley.
I
You
understand.
do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a 2-to-1.
So the
2 to
painters.
1.
So generally the painters, and I experienced a lot of this in Guatemala. And they say, well, if 2 to 1 is good, probably 2 to 2 is better, right? I mean, so this is why in the baking world we didn't say recipes. We use formulas. Cooks use recipes. Bakers, it's a chemistry, right? So we use formulas.
I think
So you
Jim, I
did
think
it-
Jim Formula invented that word.
So you did a 2-to-1, and then let's use the.
Now you're supposed to use like a
no, we
nice-
already did 8
No, no,
shakes.
we
But
did.
the bitters is the reducer.
No.
Yeah. Yes.
percentage.
Yes. You're absolutely right.
We're
This,
talking about paint
this is exactly, and in fact, we're using a paint mixing cup because we're in a boat shop.
That's recycled.
And we don't have the
Recycled.
No, this is actually a brand new one.
Oh, that's what I told you.
Maybe not.
Oh, the ratios are right on the side.
Yeah,
You should just
right
follow
there.
the recipe.
Should have just followed the formula.
I
Formula,
I
Joe.
didn't know. But
What's this stick usually
I
for?
didn't bring in my stone, my spoon rather, as you call it.
Stone? That's a funny looking
Whatever.
stone.
We got a piece of teak because
That's all.
Piece of teak.
And teak, what's better than teak in a boat? Nothing. And
How I get these
this
splinters in my throat.
stir this up about 30 seconds.
You're a good stirrer.
Yeah, you got to. Do you go in a figure eight or in a circle?
Now it's going to be flat.
What do you do? I never knew this. Should you figure eight it?
What?
I like
You said
a
figure
circle.
eight it? Or figure eight it?
Finger it.
Figure eight. Cut. I listen, figure eight it. Now, he said generally. Did you say the generally or generally?
It depends on
I think it's Gianna
if you've watched Dukes of Hazzard.
I have.
Well, then obviously it's General Lee.
All right. You're about
Or
35
if
seconds
you're
in
from
the
the
stirring.
south. Am I
Oh, I
30?
know
No,
who
I got
Da-
15 seconds left.
The only
No,
one I
you
know
said
is
30 seconds.
Daisy.
Look at that girl with the Daisy Dukes on.
I
That's
like
all.
her shorts.
And Boss Hog
And we're all about making
And
shorts
Whistle
here.
Pig.
and Whistle Pig.
So the good part about if you're the guy doing the stirring,
Or the other side of the glory hole. Too soon.
He said it.
All right. Here we go.
I don't think you guys are going to like this at all.
Well, then why'd you make it for us,
You
Jim?
got the cherries
Why,
ready?
why didn't you make it something we will like?
Do you have the cherries ready, Joe?
What if I invited you over for
No,
dinner and I was
you
like,
don't, you know,
what
this
if I
guy-
invited you over for dinner and I was like, you're not going to like this at all? How would you feel about that?
I feel like I need to go to McDonald's.
Yeah.
We need
gonna be
definitely need the cherries and a little cherry juice.
I got the cherries.
with a little
Oh,
cherry
wow.
juice, Joe.
I'm going to handle the cherries. How many cherries do you want?
I like to have 3.
Well, you're getting one.
And I like it on my little swizzle stick there.
Is that what she's calling it now? Hold on. All right.
Boy, I hope there's enough left for Matt.
There will be.
That looks like there's plenty.
You think that now.
Joe took my swizzle stick.
All right.
So he's got 2 for himself there. Man, let's get the big boy. Ooh.
You about a big daddy? All right.
Give him more. He's got to drive.
All right, you did it. Let me go off camera and hand this to Matt.
Nice swizzle stick.
By the way, Matt might be why Bokino won this contest.
That's what I. Well,
He's an insider.
well, it's either him or someone else that we know that's here.
May never know.
I like my teak one, Jim.
This whole table's full of cherry juice now, Jim. Remember that time you're supposed to bring napkins?
Is that a bad thing?
That happened to me at the Pink Pony Club.
Here we go. All right, so listen, while we're doing this drink, it's Halloween, so I'm going to throw a little curveball at you guys. What's the scariest inlet you've ever been through since it's Halloween? Scott first.
It was the Ponce Inlet in Florida.
What was scary about it?
So we were running, this is in the Topaz days, no tower, had to make it to the Miami Boat Show, no electronics, handheld charts, ran one night, all night long, and it kicked up, and I was actually thrown from the helm into the cockpit, got up. A buddy of mine had a searchlight, put it on. There was the marker right in front of us, turned in, made it through, but a wave just came up and carried the aft end. I probably should have hit it at 30 knots, but we were going slow. And
How'd you have your tabs?
Tabs were all the way up, retracted, got to that dock, and that was the scariest ever on the water for me.
Jim.
I've done the Ponce Inlet, and it was scary. I got to the first time I got to Ponce Inlet was about 2:00 in the morning, and you know what made it scary? There were no lights on the inlet. Brilliant plan.
Well,
I mean, not any like markers.
You know, it'd be
blinking,
cool if
like,
you didn't pick the same one as Scott.
Well, so to me, the scariest inlet that was scary. I'm just giving him props, man. It was scary. I'm
Thanks,
not.
Jim.
Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing. For me, the scariest inlet was Jupiter Inlet.
Jupiter Inlet. Why? Tell
Well,
us about your experience.
so when I was a kid, we had
That's
to
terrible.
we had to run out.
That's delicious,
It actually isn't bad.
right?
The aftertaste.
You like it?
It's the
I
Matt
gotta
likes
tell
it.
you, it's
Matt likes
very,
it.
it's
It
very
was terrible, but the
refreshing. It's
aftertaste
refreshing.
was great.
Octoberish.
It's it reminds me of
Octoberish.
trick or treating.
Yeah,
It does.
This is what I'm going.
Makes you want to go to a bucket and go knock on people's doors.
Since we're talking about Halloween, what's the scariest inlet you've ever been through?
So like, as I started to say, Jupiter Inlet, because when I was a kid, you used to have to, we would run out Jupiter Inlet, and it's like as soon as you cleared the North Jetty, you had to turn hard to the left, or to port, as we say in the boating world, and run along the beach for like, I don't know, a quarter mile, literally like in the trough of breaking waves. Horrifying, because that jetty only stuck out from the beach like, I don't know, maybe 50 yards. It was probably more, but when I was a kid, it seemed like it was like right there.
So you're a Florida guy. The guy on YouTube's always showing that one inlet called
All over.
That's a scary one, yeah.
Well,
that's a
you know,
good watch.
sometimes it's the geography or the structure of the inlet that makes it scary, and sometimes it's the people operating the boats.
It's
that
like
make
when
it
you have
scary.
15 people in the back on the 26-foot bow rider, there's 14 people in the front, and they just bury the bow.
That's a great
Yeah.
idea.
So my scariest inlet is Hereford's Inlet in New Jersey.
That's pretty unmarked, and you shouldn't have been going in there.
Well, if you don't go out wide, it's just sandbar land. So you ever been through Hereford's?
No, I haven't. But when I was a kid, we used to talk about how scary Barnegat Inlet was.
Barnegat, yep.
Well, that's
and,
a pretty
you know,
straight shot, but it
Yeah,
gets-
but I feel like when I was a kid, there was like a sandbar that would move like from day
That's
to
how
day.
Hereford's is.
It's like
Same
a,
thing.
a moving sandbar.
Guys, if you have a inlet that you think is scary, or if you have a story you want to share, put it in the comments below. We'd love to talk about it. Again, soon, guys, we're going to be asking you to come on as guests, call in, or Skype in, or FaceTime in. I want to bring you on. I want to hear your stories. But guys, I think we had a great podcast here. I think we're coming to the end here. You have any final thoughts, Scott? It's not on the paper, bud. You just got to make it up.
well, it's not on paper, then I don't have my own thoughts.
You got any final thoughts, Jim?
I'm just thinking about what's coming up in October. We've got, obviously, we talked already about IBEX. You know, when we talk about boat shows, we have Annapolis Boat Show coming up.
Thanksgiving,
Well, that's November.
right?
We have Halloween, which you already mentioned.
Yep.
But boat shows, you know, Annapolis, it's just a cool place. There's a whole lot of sailboats there, so Scott might like it because he worked for a sailboat guy, he said earlier.
Do you
Yeah.
know the ties between Jaws and Annapolis?
Jaws in Annapolis. I do not.
Nor do I.
Oh, I do. It's the one I got bombed and everyone got gobbled up by the sharks.
No,
think
that was not the Annapolis. It was the Indianapolis.
The Annapolis, they share Annapolis.
But is that
Is
what you
it?
were thinking?
Yeah, it is.
Well, I think they're all Greek. That's what it is.
All right. So we got Ibex, we got Annapolis, we got Flibs.
Yeah, something we forgot to
which
talk
is what
about.
the insiders call the Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show.
Yep.
So
if
we
you're-
do have something that we forgot to talk
What did we
about.
forget to talk about?
Big news, breaking news.
Oh.
Release yacht sales
Release
Coming at
yacht
you.
sales.
very soon.
It's true. So a lot of our customers have beautiful boats that they want to trade in, or they want to, get to a bigger boat or a smaller boat sometimes. And we're just in the end stages of establishing this
Release yacht
release
sales.
yacht sales, so we can facilitate that.
And we'll be
Who's setting that up?
It's going to be a special guest we're going to have on, Roger Mooney. He's been with, I met him years ago with Gilman Yacht Sales. He's been with Jared Bay.
He's been in the game for how long? The whole game.
his
30
whole
years,
40 years.
40 years.
So
Yeah,
he's
he-
going to do a wonderful job.
he's
We're going
an
to give
OG.
special incentives to all you game fishermen and release owners. If you ever want to sell, move up, we'll take care of you. We would like to, list your boat for you.
Well, most importantly, we want to make, obviously we have a vested interest. We want to keep the prices up.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure you get the most for your resale boat.
That's true. That's true. So all good stuff, guys. Anything else? I think we covered just about everything. So, guys, with that, Jim, I'm going to let you sign off.
Well, I'm excited for the next podcast.
Why? What's going on? now?
Just because it's November and it's our next one, and it might be our last taped one. 'Cause
Do
our
it
goal
live.
is
We
our
might.
goal is
I
obviously
might
to do it
force
live.
you guys to go live next in November.
Ooh,
Yeah,
There's the
Sometimes
challenge.
sometimes you just gotta jump in,
You
right?
guys from around Philly, we're doing it live.
Yeah.
You should know.
Yeah, we're doing it live, and it'll be
Rizzo.
fun. Live's cool because all the mistakes you didn't see on this one because it's edited, you'll see on the next one, and you can call in or you can FaceTime in. We want to bring in some special guests. Probably a lot of cool blunders and bloopers and mistakes because it's live. Live's always the most fun. And we're editing out how drunk Jim is right now.
And most importantly, you guys might be able to see his tattooed.
Oh, that's true. The next contest, we should have a contest right now. So we're gonna zoom in on Jim, and Jim's gonna announce the contest right now. All right. So with that, sign off.
Nice. That was good.
So, thanks for attending the Beyond. I feel like we need to have like a big
Beyond.
like an echo chamber.
On.
Beyond the Bulkhead.
All right,
Something like that.
might be it from now on.
Yes, and just come here and hang out with us and talk about boats and talk about other, stupid stuff that you don't want your parents to know about.
Yeah,
Kind of thing,
if you don't want your
right?
parents to know, put it on YouTube. They'll never find out. It's a good idea. Well, guys, with that, we appreciate all of your time. We appreciate you hanging out with us. This is going to become more and more fun, more and more exciting, more and more informative. My name's Joe. This is Jim. This is Scott. And we will see you next time on Beyond
Beyond the Bulkhead.
There it is. Signing off. See you guys later.